Hi everybody, it's Nancy Beauvair here with Agape and Next Steps. And the topic for discussion this week is about technology. I'd like to address the impact of technology. We've had a lot of advances, especially in the more recent years. And not only is technology helping us in our day-to-day work lives, but also I'd like to talk specifically about how a lot of these advances are keeping us living longer and healthier. So as a member of the second wave of the baby boomers, yes, that is a thing now because the baby boomer cohort was so large, a lot of places that study these cohorts have actually split it into two cohorts. I remember the TV where you had to get up and change the channel manually. There were rabbit ears. There was no such thing as cable TV, and telephone was a rotary dial. I remember when we got our push-button phone, we were pretty modern. We've gone from there to these huge advances where we have AI and we have all of these things that are doing things for us. So I've always been a believer in the advantages of technology, but I've also always stated that like everything else in life, it can be used for good or evil. Certainly as we advance further and further with our technology, there are also more and more opportunities for there to be breaches of confidentiality and identity theft. But that shouldn't stop us from moving forward. There are also so many pluses to the advancement of technology. So let's talk a little bit about some of these advances in technology that are really helping to enhance the lives of seniors, allowing people to live longer in their homes and keeping them healthier. We're all familiar with the things like the Apple Watches. They can measure various things such as heart rate, blood pressure, monitor your sleep patterns. They can do a lot for you. For the people who don't necessarily want to wear an Apple Watch, although they have become smaller and more wearable, in my opinion, there are also apps. Almost everybody, even many of the seniors that I know, have mobile phones. And there are many apps on these mobile phones that will do the same thing. They'll measure your heart rate, and some of the apps will check your blood pressure, and it'll count your steps. It will monitor your activity. You can check what it is that you're eating, your nutritional and caloric intake. There's all those kinds of advantages to mobile phone apps. Then we have telemed. Now, there's been telemed emerging for some time, but during the lockdowns and COVID, I think that's really when it started to become more widely accepted, simply because people couldn't get out and get to the doctor. The doctor's offices weren't necessarily wanting to have people coming in, and certainly people weren't wanting to be exposed to people in a doctor's office who typically are only at the doctor's office because they're not well. They did not want to expose themselves to it. So granted, you can't do everything from your living room, but regular check-ins with the doctor, updates, just a video call so that the doctor can engage with you and see how you are, watch your body language, see how your face looks. Do you look pale? Gives a very, very good idea. Then there's also these smart home devices and these assistants, these what do they call them? Google Home, things like that. Turn on the TV, change the channel. There's a lot of things that now can be connected through technology to monitor when lights come on and go off, monitor temperature, humidity. There's even fridges that will decide when you need to order certain foods. So that kind of technology has also helped seniors be able to live longer in place. And then let's not forget about AI. Now, artificial intelligence is certainly the big buzzword now. In reality, we've had artificial intelligence for a number of years. It's just now become more mainstream, and everybody is utilizing it thanks to things like ChatGPT. Those types of applications have exposed people more directly to the concept of artificial intelligence. But there's a lot of things that artificial intelligence can do as well to help with safe aging and the safety of staying in your own home. It can be programmed so that it can do some predictive analysis for you. It can be used to tailor wellness plans. There's no question that a lot of these technological advances have really helped people live a lot longer lives and a lot healthier lives through the monitoring of all these things. I mean, let's face it, even a lot of the interventions that the medical profession uses are only available thanks to advances in technology. Pacemakers have been around for a long time, and it's very low tech, but nonetheless, it is a technological item. So I'd like to just let everybody think about that. We always tend to think that technology is something that the older generations don't understand or can't keep up with. And granted, there are certain aspects that a lot of them find too complex or too complicated. But for the bulk of day-to-day functioning, there are a lot of technological items that are very widely accepted and very helpful for our seniors. You know, my mother is 90 years old, and she's a texting fiend. She almost prefers texting to phoning people anymore. So don't discount people and their adaptation to technologies simply because of their age. Technology is something that is useful across the whole spectrum of age, and I, for one, can't wait to see where we go next. Thanks very much. I look forward to sharing more with you next week. Bye for now.